Good evening, YouTube world. I'm your host, Paul Italia. If you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Good evening, everybody. So, how's everybody doing today? Just wanted to catch everybody up and kind of give updates of what we got coming up on the channel. So, tune in on Monday. We got a great interview set up with my man over on the East Coast from New Jersey, Nick Police, owner of Junk Police in New Jersey. We got him coming on Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So, guys, make sure you tune in for that one. Nick's looks like he's doing his thing big out there. He's got a couple of trucks running full time and looks like he's doing big numbers over there. So, looking forward to hear from Nick. So, mark that on the calendar. If you guys aren't already, make sure you subscribe, click that bell button so you get all the notifications. Also, the Junk Family episode 3 returns on Tuesday, guys. This is a big one. This is the community show that I started off recently. Been having great success with it. Everybody's loving it. So we got a stack crew again coming back. We got Matt and JoJo from Sonoma Strong. I can't speak right now. Oh my God. We got Matt Fitch. We got Kevin Hess from Survivor Junk Removal. We got Bean Burgos from America Junk Boss. We got Sarah and Vinny Mondragon from Load Runners down in LA. Some two of my good friends have been helping me out with all tips and tricks in the junk world. So we'll have them all coming on episode 3 Tuesday, and that is going to be going down at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time, guys. So make sure to mark the calendars for that one. Also, big announcement this week, guys, in the junk community. Sonoma Strong doing it big again. They are coming back with a big junk expo, and it is going to be a 2-day event, this one. It is going down October 24th and 25th in Santa Rosa, California. And guys, I'm telling you this right now, do not sleep on these tickets. Last one, you guys slept on it and they were sold out, and you missed a great opportunity, a great networking event, just so much knowledge passed on, amazing speakers. Do not do the same thing this one. Make sure to get there. I mean, these things are going to sell out real quick. I think they could fit in like 500 people. But I'm telling you, Sonoma Strong is doing it big, and they are hot, and everybody buys that ticket right away. So do not sleep on that. Forget about it, Junk Removal, proud sponsor. We will be there. Also, a lot of great speakers. They got locked in, a lot of new ones that weren't at the first one, and then some of the ones that were at the first one will be returning. So looking forward to that. In the next couple of days, we're going to have Matt and JoJo come on, and they're going to give us all the great details and all that. So stay tuned for that one. Also, guys, I've been preaching this a lot. I got my fitness channel up and running. So guys, if you're into fitness, it is dedicated to those people 35 and older, full-time job, or you're running multiple businesses, you got a full-time schedule of life, and you got to fit that fitness in. Well, get over to Paul Italia. I'm going to show you how I do it, all my tips and tricks. I've been in the fitness industry over 25 years, was a famous fitness model. I really know my stuff. So come take the journey completely free. I'm not selling no program, no nothing. I'm just giving back to the community. I like to see people change their bodies, change their life. That's what I get out of this whole situation. And it keeps me locked in as well. It keeps me that I gotta stay with my programming as well. So it's a win-win for everybody. So make sure to check that out, Paul Italia Fitness Channel. And then one more before we get this special guest on today. Get over there and check out my little girl, Chanel the Pomeranian, little diva, little furball, 6 pounds, blowing up on YouTube. Everybody's clicking it. So get over there, make sure to show some support. She's showing her little happy life of being a little fluff dog. So definitely check that out, guys. And I just want a quick shout out to the guys in the chat. We got my man Drew in the house. We got who is that? Gerardo in the house. What is up? And he says, "What's up, Gerardo? Here from AZ Clutter Solutions. What is up, brother? Thank you for tuning in tonight." And we got my man Drew24, who is my moderator in the arm wrestling world and also now in junk removal. Appreciate you, Drew. And guys in the chat, if you guys come up with any questions today, put them in the chat and I'll definitely get around to them. With that being said, I want to introduce today's guest. This guy I've been following from the very, very beginning of my journey. He's definitely doing it big over there. He's showing the on truck every day, running a junk removal, giving out so many tips and tricks. Really, really enjoying his channel. So, guys, if you haven't already, get over to Ty Casey, aka Stezzy Flips on YouTube, guys, and subscribe because this guy's got the content for junk removal. So welcome, Stezzy. How are you today, brother?
Good, good. Can you hear me?
Hear you loud and clear, bro. Loud and clear.
Okay. I'm good,
So
man. I just got home from the gym, so if I look a little sweaty, don't mind me. I didn't even have time to shower yet. I got right off the truck, straight to the gym, and then straight here so I could make it.
I love
But
it, man. That's a life
yeah.
of an entrepreneur, always on the move, making things happen. Hell yeah,
Yeah.
bro. So want to first start off, man, want to just kind of get the background. I know all about you. I've been watching your channel, but for some of my subscribers, they might not have yet. So
Mhm.
first off, we know that you own Elite Hauling. Where are you
Yeah.
located and how many years you been in business, bro?
So I'm in St. Petersburg, Florida, but most people know it as Tampa, Florida. I guess that's the more known area around here. And I'm actually transitioning from St. Pete into Tampa more. So that's almost both my service areas down here in Florida, which are, if you combine the two, that's like close to 1.5, 2 million, I think my service area is. So one of those huge markets just down here in Florida. And I am in my, I think this is going to be my 5th full year in junk removal because I started in April 2021. So I kind of didn't start like in January. So I think when we pass that, that'll be my 5th full year if I'm doing the math right. Not good at math. But yeah, so that's pretty much the background. And just started from, if you it's all on the channel, started from the Harbor Freight trailer on the garage that I bought for $350, and now I am where I am today, just chasing that scaling motto.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I love it that you got such a population in that area, and it's a booming area because I know everybody's moving over to Tampa. It's
Yeah.
a real hot and busting area. I'm actually been looking for laundromats in that area. That's where my chase. I started off looking
Mhm.
down in SoCal. Did about 6 months down there. Wasn't coming across anything, but now when I go back over there, I'm going to be looking in that Tampa area. I'm hearing a lot of better things over there, price wise and all. So definitely a
Yeah.
great area, population growing, 1 million people, definitely going to
Mhm.
have a lot of clients to pick up over there. So how old are
Mhm.
you, bro? You look like a young hustler and all.
I'm 26 now. Started when I was, what would that be, 22? So just learning as I go, but I wish I would have started this when I was like 18. Honestly, I started right when people started posting on YouTube and stuff. So that area, that population comes with, I mean, every franchise in the book: Junk Luggers, College Hunks, 1-800, um, what's it, Junk King, and all the little ones, and then the 100 private haulers too. So
Yeah,
population's great, but
you
the
got all the
bad
big
spend.
boys coming in for that market, man. They're trying to
Yeah,
swoop in for sure. So let
yeah.
me ask you, bro, what got you in so early, bro? Like, how did you come across junk removal?
I was flipping couches on Facebook, so just buying couches. This is also on my YouTube. Just buying the couches, cleaning them up, or just getting them for free, and that when they were in good enough shape, and then just relisting them for like twice as much as I got them for on Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes 3 times, sometimes even like 8 times. But um, I just that started working pretty well, and I was doing like anywhere from like 500 to 1,000 a week, and I was doing it all in the back of a short bed pickup truck.
Wait,
So
hold on one second. $500 to $1,000 or 500 1,000 couches a week?
500, $1,000 a week, which to me
Oh,
was like crazy because my background was working for my dad in like construction, but he had me doing the basic shit because I don't have a background in construction. So I was doing like painting, pressure washing, simpler tasks. So he would pay me anywhere from like 15 to 20 an hour. And then also on top of that, was in and out of like bussing tables and bar backing. So as you could see, like I'm used to working for 100 to a great night, $180 on a 6-hour shift. So once I started making 500 to 1,000 in couch flipping, that's when I like started taking that a little bit more seriously, and I got a trailer, and that's where the Harbor Freight trailer came from. That's all over the place you see on my channel back in the day. But
I got to stop you right here, man, because this is amazing to me. And I remember watching your channel, and I remember watching that, and you got my attention real quick with that. Just because with junk removal, we pick up a lot of couches and all. And actually, my first job in junk removal 2 months
Mhm.
back was a couch removal. So when you say that, I'm like, oh, like I'm dollar signs are going in my head. I'm like, so a couch is a good business to get into and all. How did
Mhm.
you come across that? That young?
So I was fresh out of a job I quit for bar backing because I got COVID. This is weird. It's probably like, wow, how's this starting here? But anyways, it was a bar backing job slash bossing tables that I quit because I have COVID and they demoted me to a hostess. And I was like, I'm a 6'2" 18-year-old, 19-year-old, whatever I was at the time, kid. I was like, I'm not gonna be a hostess. So I quit that. Then I went to car detailing. And then I didn't like car detailing because I hurt my back so much bending over in a car for 4 hours at a time in the hot sun. So then I started just researching stuff on YouTube. Like I've done all my life. I've always tried to learn stuff off YouTube. And then I seen a couch flipping video on Ryan Panetta. I don't know if you know him. He's like a lot bigger YouTuber. And he posted a video of making like $8,000 to $10,000 a month off flipping couches. And I got sucked into a few of those videos and I just like, screw it. I'm going to go try it. And I just bought a couch off Facebook for $60, like right down the road from my house. And then I sold it like same week for $175. And I was like, wow, that was literally 2 hours of effort. And I made what I would make in a whole day working any other jobs I was doing. And it wasn't even an ideal couch. It was a regular sofa. It wasn't even like a nicer sectional or anything, which eventually I got into, and those were way better. And so that's just how that started, literally just learning it off a YouTube video. And then that scaled into the trailer. And then the trailer, I was like, well, I wanted to see how I can make more money with this trailer. And that's how I came across junk removal, like Matt and JoJo's videos, and a few other people just making $1,000 a day with a truck and trailer. And then that's just scaled
So
into this.
I gotta ask you, man. So how is it so easy? Why is it so easy to move couches? Like, where do you move them?
It's probably in my area because the population and people are getting rid of couches and buying couches so fast. And the couch market is like, people need to get rid of couches. As you know, as a junk removal guy, like your jobs are removing probably a lot of couches, a lot of mattresses, and a lot of stuff you could resell. But some people list the nicer stuff that's in good condition on Facebook for like super cheap because they'd rather make $50 on a couch than have to pay me or you $200 to remove it. So even if they take like a massive loss on selling the couch for super cheap, it's better than paying us to remove it because they have to get rid of it. So that was another way I was looking at it, and that's why I started junk removal. But yeah, the couch thing, it's just so many people are listing couches to get rid of it because they're going around price shopping junk removal companies, and you know how expensive we can be. So people just list them for cheap, and that's you could just scoop up a bunch of couches for 150 bucks, and then you can list them for 300, 350, 400 bucks, and you could do that all day long. But it might be even my fault, but once that got out on YouTube a lot and kind of blew up, I noticed it got saturated in my area to where I had people coming to buy the couches I got to resell them because I was just turning and burning these couches so fast and I was getting them for such good deals. So yeah, it just that kind of started slowing down. But at the beginning, that was a gold mine. Like if I would have took it more seriously and just picked up like a bunch of couches all around town in like a 15 cubic yard dump trailer, it could easily have done 10K a month just flipping couches. But
Now, where would you keep them? Because obviously,
that was one of
you're
the
gonna.
biggest problems was the storage. I rented a 10 by 10 down the road, and then I would also fill the garage downstairs. And I would usually have like everything pretty full at once. But yeah, that's all I did. That was one of the biggest problems is once my stuff was stole or full, I had to make room for it. So I had to get rid of it, or had to get rid of something before I could buy something else. That was one of the major things that held me back on scaling more out of like the $1,000 a week to 10,000. But I was scaling that, and it got slower, but it was still like making me more and more money just over time, just not exponential growth like it was in the beginning. But then junk removal started, doing a lot better, and that was a lot more fun. And I seen a big, like an actual building a career in business in the junk removal, so I kind of just stopped the couch thing altogether. But I still thought about it the first couple of years in slow season, around that winter time when you're not really working much. I was like, damn, I might go flip some couches just to just to pay these bills and not make my bank account go the other way.
So what do you
But
do today if you get a couch? If you do a couch
if
removal,
I
do you
get a
try selling it?
couch, yeah, if I get a couch and it's a sectional couch with no rips or tears on it, and like it doesn't have like a broken arm under the cushion or anything, I'll drive it all the way back to my house and keep it because it's worth it. I know it's easily $200 to $400. But if it's like a sofa and there's like maybe a small rip or stain on it, it's not really worth it for me because if say I'm 30 minutes across town, I have an employee sitting next to me that's clocked at $20 an hour. Then you just have my time, wear and tear on a vehicle, gas. It's not worth it for me to like save $150 couch. If I had a shop like right in the center of my service area, that'd be a different story. But I'm coming all the way back here. I pretty much live like the farthest corner on the beach, and then most of my service area is like north, south, and east.
When you
So
say that, Ricardo is who comes to mind. Ricardo from Texas. He's a little
yeah, yeah.
controversial in his ways, but
Mhm,
he always preaches with having the headquarters being in the center. He's
mhm,
able to make a lot of
yeah.
extra money, and he was showing us a good example where he puts on the big dumpsters on his property, and this way he
Mhm.
could just collect the junk in there before he goes to the dump runs, and it saves him a lot of money on the dump runs and all.
Yeah, especially because, like me, I'm one of those people that spends a lot on scaling because I'm in one of those areas where it's just posting on Facebook, posting on Craigslist, and your SEO, even if it's ran by like some of the best people, is not going to get you to like $250,000 just because there's companies around here that have been around for 10 years, and then there's 7 franchises that are spending $10,000 to $30,000 a month on Google Ads and their SEO and all that. So it's kind of like I have to spend a significant amount of money to break out of that, like private average hauler, or I'd be like stuck making, 6 figures a year. Like there's 30 other people around here doing that. So, oh, my point was, selling the couches will be nice to cover some of that expense because this year I'm looking to spend maybe 60 to 80,000 on ads. So any extra money that's from reselling stuff or
It's gonna
stuff like
help.
that, well, yeah, it would help,
Yeah.
especially if it's like a couple pieces, a couple $100 a week. That'd be nice because like sometimes I'm just spending a couple $100 a day on ads and it adds up, so
Definitely. So I
yeah.
want to shout out a couple people in the chat. I've been sleeping on it. We got Cisco. He says, "What's up, brother?" Drew just he put in your link for his Facebook. So guys, if you're in there and you want to check out Stezzy's channel, make sure to get over there and subscribe. And we got moving forward. Clean out says this guy is smart, seriously, and saving stuff from the landfill. Hell yeah! Thank you, Jamie, for all the great comments. Appreciate that. I adore not just dumping it, seriously, rock star, and making money as you do it. Yeah, you got a fan in there for sure. Jamie is a great supporter of the community. Drew says, I see so many couches on the curb on bulk trash day all the time. Well, Drew, now you know, brother. Start scooping those up, man, and
Yeah,
start
especially
getting them out there.
sectionals sell so fast, like same day. If you list one for $200 and it's in good condition, it'll sell if it's a good color.
Nice, nice. And Las Vegas would be a good market. He's over in Vegas over there. We
Yeah.
got No Limit Hauling. Mr. Yee Yee is in the building. What's up, Paul and the Steezy, my man? How you doing, brother? Appreciate that. Sippy Hall says people don't appreciate things anymore. I get couch and they sell like crazy. Yeah, and I'm listening. I'm taking notes right now. So anytime I'm getting a couch now, I'm gonna start looking into that and seeing if I could resell in the area. I didn't know it was that hot of a market, but I'm definitely gonna
Mhm.
test out the North Cal market with that for sure. Junk on, junk off says, "What's up? What's up, everybody?" So, guys, if you have any questions for Steezy, please post them up there, and we'll definitely get around to them. So, Steezy, I want to kind of pick your brain, man, and I want to find out what's something that stood out to you that first year of business. Could be anything. What's just like the first thing that hits you?
What are you saying? Like mistakes or just learning junk removal? Anything?
Anything, whatever hits you first. That's what I want to know.
This goes two ways. I guess this is 2 points, but it's the same point to me, kind of. One would be how much people are willing to pay to remove junk, and then also how badly I was messing up my prices in the beginning. Because like I thought $100 to remove a couch was insane, or like $95, and people would still pay it back then. And now I'm like double the price to remove the same kind of couch, and people are still paying it, just because that's the rate around here. But that was the first thing. I was like, I cannot believe people are paying me $100 to remove a couch, or $250 to remove a couple dressers in a bed set. And when they can just rent a U-Haul for $50 and dispose of it for like 20, it just made no sense to me. But I guess it's more of just the luxury of junk removal. It's a luxury business. That's why most of your customers are the elderly that can't do it, or
You know
that
what it is,
sick
Stacey,
of
to be
people.
honest, bro, because I was that guy, man. I was that guy 6 months
Mhm.
ago before I even really knew anything about junk removal. I wouldn't know. It wasn't even a fact. I just wouldn't know what to do with it. I wouldn't know like
Yeah,
how to go to a dump. I wouldn't know how much the fees were. I wouldn't know how to get it
yeah,
there. It's a lot of intimidating things. And I just started 2 months ago, and just for even like I got the NPR. I went in and got the uniforms. I went all out. But even that first trip to the dump, bro, it's kind of intimidating. You're kind of like you don't know what the hell to
yeah.
expect, and then when you're dumping everything, everybody's like
Mhm.
watching everything you dump, and then you're like you put some metal in there. Now everybody's yelling at you. You got to put. So there's a lot of
Mhm.
things going on that you know what I mean. So I could see
Yeah,
it.
I guess
Yeah.
that's true. I mean, I didn't really think about that too much, but yeah, a lot of people just don't realize how cheap it is to do it yourself. But everything's always in any business, it's cheaper to do it yourself. But junk removal, the difference is insane. Because
Yeah.
like you throw a couch in the back of our pickup truck around here, it costs $12.50, I think, to get rid of, because it's a flat rate in a pickup truck. And then you have companies like myself, Junk King, and all them charging anywhere from 150 to 250 to remove that same couch. But most people just don't know that, and so that's the difference. That was the one thing for me, because I grew up knowing that. I mean, my dad was taking me to the dump when I was 6 years old. Walking around the dump, helping him unload stuff. Maybe not six. That's a little young to be walking around there. But like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was walking around the dump with him, so I just was kind of grew up knowing it. So that was the first thing is that I realized was how much people are willing to pay, and how many people, like you said, that just didn't know they could do it themselves for that cheap. But I'm still not trying to tell all of them they can do it themselves. So
But the
don't go
difference
around
is,
telling
bro,
everyone that.
is you got the hustle in you, bro, and you could just tell. I mean, the way you were just talking, like, I wish I would have got in this when I was 18. I mean, you started at 21,
Yeah.
but you're already, and then you're telling me that you were in
Mhm.
3, 4 businesses before you were 21. And I'm thinking, I'm like, wow, this dude, he's got it in him, bro. He's got the hustle bug for real.
Yeah, it's that just comes from, I would say, watching my parents struggle. Even though you watch my videos and you see the big house we all stay in, my dad's a contractor. And when we do all live in a big house and it's all separated, and I'm blessed enough so I don't have to pay bills yet, even though I want my own place and I'm waiting to take that action. It's just I need a big yard for all my equipment. But we live in a big place and it looks like we're loaded. But the thing is, my dad built this place and almost finished it in 2008. And then the depression hit. And we got stuck with this house. We had eviction notices on the doors, cars constantly getting dragged out of the driveway, family trying to help us, stuff like that. And then my mom got cancer, and just a struggle from like a real struggle from the age probably like 12 to still today. I mean, they got lucky because I got a tiny bit of inheritance from a grandma. So that's been helping my dad not have to work like 50, 60-hour weeks. But yeah, it looks like we live in this big house and we had a ton of money our whole lives. But I watched my parents, all the topic was all the time, or how are we going to pay these bills this month? Hey, this came up. Hey, this car broke down. And both of them were so stressed out about money all the time. And that was the only thing I kind of saw them stress out about. So that's kind of what like gave me the drive to, like try to start something else, and besides, be a server or a bartender, like majority of my friends, or cut lawns and only make a little bit of money. So I was like, screw it, I'm gonna try all these different things, and hopefully something clicks, so I can maybe give back to my parents one day, and not have to worry about money, because I've watched that my whole life. So that's one of those things that kind of helped me get driven enough to make money. And the motocross thing, and you can see like I that went just as far enough to almost professional, and then it got to the point where I had to travel all around the United States to race the best people in the United States, and we couldn't afford it. So that was another thing that I watched get ripped away from me personally because my just family didn't have enough money to support my motocross career. So
What
those two
motocross? So
things.
tell me about motocross. What do you mean? Like, is that with the dirt bikes and all? Is that
Yeah, that's just dirt bikes. I race I race semi-professional motocross still to this day, but I was, on track to going like full-time pro in motocross and supercross, which is just on the dirt bikes, but we couldn't travel enough. And you kind of, at some point, you run out of races in just Florida because you have to start racing the best people in the United States to make it to like the highest level. And we just couldn't afford it. I mean, family works full time. My mom worked 50-hour weeks. My dad worked 50-hour weeks. I was even working on the weekends and stuff after school. And it just got to the point where it's like, hey, you made it and you have the talent, but we don't have the money. So, and there's not sponsors or like there is in, college football or something. There's nothing like that in motocross. It's kind of like you either get picked up by one of the big dogs like Monster Energy or Red Bull, or you just kind of get burnt out on it, run out of money.
wow? Well, Sippy Hill, he says, Stizzy, do you stage the couch when you sell them or at your place or take a picture of it when you pick it up? I try not to use the pic they send me for the quote.
Yeah, staging it's gonna sell the couch a lot faster. If you watch the couch flippers on YouTube, they always say to stage it. It's just I was moving the couches in and out of a storage unit. So it was a little bit harder to stage the couches, but if you have a space where you can lay down a carpet and some good lighting and take good pictures of a couch, they'll probably sell twice as fast and you can sell them for like a little bit higher margin. I wouldn't stage them personally, so it's not completely necessary, but it helps. Definitely staging couches helps.
Now, when your first year in junk removal, what did your marketing strategy look like?
Oh, yeah, that's what I've been talking about recently in my videos. It's just if I knew what I knew then, I'd be in a totally different point. I just went in, just had no idea what I was doing, and just full steam ahead, trial and error, underpricing the shit out of everything, taking every job I could get. Even the customers that would haggle with you, I'd let them haggle me. And my strategy for marketing was just Craigslist, because that was still kind of a little bit bigger thing back when I was first starting. So posting on Craigslist at least twice a day,
How
hitting
much
all those
how much
pages.
was your budget on Craigslist?
It's only $5 a post, so I would post like 2 times a day. That would get me probably like someone needed a couch removed out of an apartment, and I'd be like, do it for $100. So that'd be one bad, and then sometimes I could resell that couch, so that'd be like a win-win. And then just but Facebook or not Facebook, Craigslist customers tend to be cheap. So once I figured out the Google ads and everything, I got out of that quick. But
Let me ask you, that first year when you were doing like the Craigslist and all the other marketing, were you saving? Were you storing all your clients in a logbook?
no, not till a while. Not till I had my buddy Carlos that owns Junk in the Truck Co. reach out to me over a Facebook post in one of those junk group chats. I was asking everyone about pricing. I was trying to figure out pricing. I was asking people to help me. And he actually reached out and called me. And then me and him had a good conversation. He shared with me what a pricing list is, which is a game changer. And we just, even since that phone call till this day, he's probably like one of my best friends, but still helps me to this day because he's probably just like he's a little bit ahead of me. So I'm catching up on him, but he's a little bit ahead of me and he's helped me a lot. He just started like 2 years, I would say, before me. But yeah, that was how it started.
Shout
Just
out to Andrew
trial
Thompson
and
in
error.
the chat. And the reason I also want to bring up Andrew is
Mhm.
Andrew is actually the one that came up with, for me, that I discovered the price list. He was all
Yeah,
about with the
yeah,
clipboard and the price
yeah,
list. So I actually just got my clipboard in the mail yesterday, and
yeah.
I got my price list laminated and all, and I got two different ones for the two different areas I service because the prices are drastically different and all that. So
Yeah.
I just heard recently on your video that you said that when you went to the price list, you seen like major like gains, like you were gaining.
Yeah, because the pricing list, I'm sure as you know, if your full load's $800, your half load's not $400. It's closer to
500.
probably, like mid 500s. Some people are closer to 600. And that was one of the biggest things is when I was first starting for a 10 cubic yard trailer, the one that I had the wood walls on that I upgraded to pretty quickly, I was charging like $400 a trailer load. And then on the half of that, I was charging $200 because that's just how I thought pricing worked. The only thing I ever heard on pricing was a full trailer load, what people were charging. And I took what I heard people charging for like 16, 15 cubic yard trailers and then scaled it down to a 10 cubic yard. This is during COVID when everything was super cheap though. And so I just got stuck charging, $200 for a half trailer load. Probably like my whole first year I was doing that. And then once my buddy Carlos helped me out with the pricing and said I should be charging like 300 for a half. And he's like, you need to raise your 400 to close to 500. That's a game changer, especially because if you're charging half your full load price for a half load, it seems like it makes sense, but it's going to kill your margins. Your average job cost needs to be like closer to 3/4 of what your full load price is to really make money in this industry, or you're just going to be running around town all day and you're just going to be burning through profit because,
Chicken with
margins are
no
so
head,
there.
man. Yeah, you got to keep those margins. And then, especially if you're planning on scaling and you're going to be adding employees, you got to factor that all in right now from the beginning.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now. And I've recently changed the lower numbers, like the quarter load and the 1/8 load and all that higher on my most recent price sheet because those jobs just kill you. Even though it seems crazy to charge someone like $250 for a quarter and like a 15 cubic yard trailer, it's just you can't be if you get 3/4 loads, 4/4 loads in one day, you're running around all town for $200, $250 jobs all day. So, or I mean, not before I upgraded it to that, I was doing it for like 165, 185. And then after dump and the kid sitting next to me and I'm paying $20 an hour, that just doesn't work. So those super lower ones, like the 1/8 load, 1/6, 1/4, I kind of just like slapped those to immediately what I found out 1-800 junk is charging. And I've already seen on my sales book this month, I did this pretty recently, and there's like a 39% increase in my average job cost just from upping those because those little jobs are what really kill you. Like when someone calls you for 2 mattresses, you just can't be at like $120 like I used to be. It kills you. You got to charge what the bigger guys are going to charge, and they're going to be at 175, 205.
It's just the timing, though, with the dumps and traveling
Yeah,
around, it all adds up.
especially after the storm. I have a bunch of new private haulers because everyone had the idea to start a hauling company when the hurricane directly hit us. And so now there's a bunch of new guys and the lines are twice as long. So I can't fill my truck up, with $150 jobs all day and go sit in the dump all day because, it just doesn't add up. So having those prices right is just absolutely mandatory in the industry. And I wish I would have figured it out from day one because that one year when I have a video posted where it says $14,000 and no employees, if you go way back on my channel, I don't have that many videos, so it probably won't be hard to find. But that's when I was charging $200 for a half trailer load for a 10 cubic yard trailer. If my prices were what they were today, that could have been a $30,000 month if I was charging what I should have been charging. So that just shows how much pricing affects what your revenue and your profit margins and all that and how your business is going to operate. It's either going to be set up to scale or it's going to be set up just to make enough money for you to have beer money on the weekend. Like that's the difference. So that's what I've been figuring out over the years.
So Sippy Hall says, yeah, Craigslist clients are worse than the call warranty people. I just been getting bots or scammers.
Yeah, I get that. At least 5 to 6 calls a day that are just bullshit. And I don't even post on Craigslist anymore.
That drives me nuts. I find that with Yelp a lot too.
Oh,
Anything
yeah.
with
Yeah,
Yelp,
yeah.
they just blow your phone up. And I actually explained this to one of the workers the other day. I
Mhm.
finally got tired. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just explain why. And like, you guys keep haunting my life. And she's like, oh no, we don't sell these to anybody. I said, once I talk to you guys, all
Yeah.
the time, my phone just doesn't stop ringing for the next 2 weeks with all BS.
Mhm.
And I said, if you have any question what I'm saying, you go open up a Yelp account for yourself and go find out. So
Yeah, it's horrible. It's just you kinda have to have one just because of the backlink to your website helps boost SEO, but as soon as you sign up, you're gonna have a sales guy trying to sell you to set you up for ads on their stuff, which They're not absolutely horrible, but they're not worth it.
Yeah.
They're not worth it. I've made some money off them, but there's mostly up dumpster rentals. I mean, that's the only thing that kind of worked for me on Yelp. But then you'd have, people coming through for a 30 or 20-yard dumpster, and then I didn't have it. So it was just didn't
That's
work out.
frustrating. You're paying for that lead then, and you don't even get
Yeah,
what you want.
I seen it work better than like Angie's Leads. I know a guy around me that does Yelp ads like full time, and he spends a decent amount with them, but I still don't think they're nearly as good as some of these other things, like local service ads, Google ads, Perfect Click, stuff like that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that, but first, Sarah from Load Runner says, "Hey Paul, glad you have Stezzy on. We followed him in his footsteps and went from couches to junk removal. Couches still hit though. We just get paid multiple times on the couch now." Yes, I remember when you came on for the lady show of junk removal. You were talking about that, and that definitely got my attention. And then also seeing
Yeah.
it over on Stezzy, and I'm like, yeah, because I've come across a lot of couches and junk removal, but the only problem that I'm finding is I only have like one storage unit and it's not really that big. So to start piling couches in there, I don't think it's really going to make sense right now. But maybe down the line when I, officially buy a yard and, maybe open a dumpster rentals with that as well. So,
Yeah, the couches are definitely worth looking into if you got space for them, but I just don't have the space right now. I'm hoping to get a shop here in like the central area. Hopefully soon. If something comes up, it's just so hard. Stuff around here sells so damn fast. I'm right in the middle of Pinellas County. I mean, it's one of the most populated areas in Florida.
that's where I'm actually looking, when I do look to get a yard, is that's going to be the investment for the business. Is I'm going to actually buy, the real estate of it, because I feel like that'll be incorporated if I want to sell the business. Now you can
Mhm.
buy the real estate with it. So that was where I was going to go with that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I was just looking into selling my business because I have a guy in my BNI group, and we just have to have a one-on-one. I don't know if you know what a BNI is, but
What is that?
Business Networking International. It's just
Yes, I do know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's just a networking thing. So one of the guys in my group is a business broker, and I was like, "What the hell? Could you like evaluate my business since we already have to meet anyways?" And he was telling me some pretty like surprising numbers, over six figures. And right now, I'm like right bouncing around that 250,000 mark. So I wasn't really expecting him to say anything like that. I don't have any system set up for employees besides, 1099 in. And I don't have a ton of equipment, but even my truck wasn't included. And he said well over six figures. And I was surprised. I was like, damn, if I could drive my revenue up to, $500,000 this year, which would be an extreme jump. I don't know if we're gonna get there, but I'm just planning on taking some extreme measures this year to drive up revenue. But if I could drive my revenue up and keep my margins close to where they are, even if they could even go a little bit lower, they're pretty high right now. I could walk with like a pretty decent amount of money because I'm almost gonna hit that 5 year mark. And he was also telling me when you break that 5 year mark in business, your business can sell, for 2 to 3x what it makes in profit. So I was like, damn, that wouldn't be a bad plan because I'm sure, as you know, junk removal is just getting more and more competitive. But it's a perfect stepping stone, me to make this successful business, sell it, and then start another home service business because that's kind of the fun in it, honestly, I've had over the years was scaling this business and now just, dealing with trying to get it to the $1 million mark. It just seems like a lot slower process, but starting a business from the ground up was definitely a super cool thing. And I kind of want to do it again with something else.
Well, I want to ask you that. So, what is the plan with the junk removal? So, you're the owner
Mhm.
operator right now. Are you the
Yeah.
only employee? Do you have any other employees as of
So
right
I
now?
have just 1099ers. I don't have any workman's comp or anything like that set up. With that being said, though, my margins are high, very high compared to like if you ran through Andrew's business back when he made videos on it. But I kind of want to steer towards Andrew's motto of just aggressively spending money on marketing, even if it lowers my margins a little bit, just to drive my total revenue of the business up and then maybe list it because I just don't see a huge future in junk removal. Like, I think it's realistic to get to $1 million in revenue in junk removal. Don't get me wrong. If within, a 5 year span, if I knew what I did 5 years ago when I started, I'd probably be a lot closer to that goal. But
But let me ask you this: when you say $1 million in revenue, is that by yourself, or are you including having
no, that'd be
employees?
that'd definitely be with like
Because I
3
was like
trucks.
trying to figure in my head, I'm like, how are you possibly going to pull off $1 million by
Yeah,
yourself
no,
right now?
that would be like I'm thinking like a truck could do like 200,000.
I kind of
One
had it
truck.
between 150 and 250 per truck, so
Yeah.
you're probably going to need like 4 trucks or something like that.
Yeah, and that's
Turn
not
out.
really the problem. I have like great credit. I already have multiple trucks and trailers, so I could be running 2 right now. But it's just the employees is the thing that's stressing me out, and the commercial auto. Not that the commercial auto is really a problem. It's only like $1,000 a month, which sounds insane to people if you're watching this and don't pay for it. But it's really that's just the going rate around here.
And
But
guys,
it's
quick shout out, guys, if you guys need commercial insurance, and a lot of these states, the prices are outrageous. And Steezy's actually in one of those states that is one of the most expensive in the country. I'm in the other one in Cali. And, when I was getting the Cali insurance, they were saying only 2 states worse than Cali was Florida and Louisiana. So I'm cursing myself because I'm like, the next place I want to go over to is Florida to eventually open one. So I'm like, damn, I'm going to be dealing with that. So just a quick story of what Toby Stubbs did for me. Toby Stubbs is the guy in commercial insurance. He helps the whole junk community out. Before, when I first got to Cali and I got a quote without knowing anybody, I was quoted at $17,600. That was for my 2025 NPR dump truck. I almost shit my pants. I knew it was going to be expensive, but I wasn't expecting a number like that. I was expecting like 10K, something like that. So I was like, what the hell? So I go to meet up with Matt and JoJo, Sonoma Strong, to go buy my Junk Expo ticket. It was like the first time I met them in person. Matt could see there was something bothering me. I'm like, yeah, just got quoted 17,600 for insurance. So he's just like, whoa, that's way too much, bro. I'm paying so much less. Yo, let me put you on with somebody. Gives me Toby Stubbs, man. So next thing I know, I get Toby on interview. He's like, bro, I could hook you up, man. Well, I'll make some phone calls. End the story, bro. 6,000 for the year I got at the end of the day. The guy saved me $11,000. So
Holy,
yeah, bro,
just
this
send
guy,
that guy my way.
that's it, bro. So Toby Stubbs, guys, everybody listening,
Toby, but what is that on? Is that on Facebook or?
he's on Facebook. He's on Facebook is where you could find him and you could contact him. I have a bunch of interviews up on him, a bunch of clips. He breaks everything down. Guy knows everything. He's got all the connections, been doing this for many, many years. So guys,
Oh
if you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
need anybody with that, I could hook you guys up, get you connected, or you could just hit him up directly, hit him up on Facebook and all. But that's my story with commercial insurance. And if you hear any of these crazy numbers, go talk with Toby before you jump off the bridge in disbelief. He'll get you a
Yeah.
good price.
I'm messaging him right now. Probably forget.
Oh, there we go, bro. There you go, Toby. We got somebody coming your way, man. Take care of Stezzy, bro. He knows everybody, and he's a good resource for sure.
Yeah, I just got a few quotes and I'm bouncing around. It looks like that $10,000 to $12,000 mark myself, but my buddy's at the more closer to, like you were saying, 6,000. But he was saying that it might be because it's my first time doing commercial auto that they're trying to charge me a little bit more than he pays.
Well, when you
But we'll
first
see what
get
Toby
when you
says.
first get your dot number, that's a big thing. It's like it puts off some red flag. So you're gonna pay the top premium with
I
that.
didn't
Now,
I didn't tell them I was gonna have a dot number.
okay, well, I know in our state you have to have that. So when you go and you give
Yeah.
that and it sees the first time it coming up, that's a red flag in their system, and they're going to put you at a higher rate. And the other thing is what we're experiencing out here in Cali is like Progressive Insurance. They won't even insure anybody from junk removal anymore. They dropped the whole thing. So, there's very limited companies that will actually cover us in California with junk removal. So it's kind of crazy with that. But Toby's the guy. If you guys need it, talk to him. He will definitely get you hooked up and all. So I want to also hear, brother. So I listen to your channel all the time and everything.
Mhm.
And it seems like your foundation, as far as paid marketing, is the Google ads. I
Yeah.
hear you putting some pretty serious numbers in there. I think it's like 5,000-6,000 or something a month.
Yeah, this is the first year they're gonna be spending that amount, but over the years, first couple years, it was like 1,500 to 2,000 a month. And the crazy part is like that amount would generate me like $10,000 a month. So I was making 4 or 5x off my Google ads, and now I'm only seeing like 2.5x on a bad month or like 3.5x on a good month. So I
So
have to
let me
spend
ask
like
you, when you're at that
ridiculous.
smaller margins of the 2x and 3x, so if
Mhm.
you close a couple of those calls that come in, practically your numbers are screwed for the month.
Oh yeah, that's why you have to have jobs coming in from your GMB, from your just organic SEO, because those are the jobs where you're making like, a 40% margin on. And then these Google Ads jobs, you're making like a 10% margin on because you have to spend $150 to get the job or get a job because you have 3 phone calls, maybe you close 1 out of 3. So you're spending like $150 to get a job, and the margins on the Google ads are shit. You kind of just have to take it all and combine it, and then you fall somewhere in the middle on the margins.
Don't you
Or
just
you could
love when you
just,
pay for these ads and then you get that phone call, ask a guy asking, "Oh, you got free mattress removal?" And you're just
yes,
like, "Oh man, bro, that just
that's the
cost me a
thing
hundred
about
dollars."
yeah, that's the thing about the ads is you kind of just on my Google ads, I don't advertise mattress removal, I don't advertise appliance removal. I don't advertise anything like that because I definitely don't want people, calling me for mattress removal when that's, $125 job, $150 job. But it's still people will look up junk removal when they need a mattress removed. So you'll still get those jobs. But in the negative keywords list, I have 1,000 negative keywords. It's mattress is a negative keyword, free pickup, scrap metal, appliance pickup, refrigerator removal. That's all negative keywords because I don't want to be showing up for any jobs that are lower than $200 if I'm paying freaking $200 a day on ads.
That makes sense. Now,
Yeah.
what do you do for free marketing? Like, what platforms do you believe in?
Free marketing. I don't really do anything for free marketing besides, the basic socials, but they don't work that well in my area because I'm in, say, like an example, community group would be like, we love St. Petersburg. Like that's a community group with 30,000 people in it. And you post in 10 of those similar groups and just hope you maybe get like 1 or 2 phone calls that day from someone in that group looking to get rid of some junk. But they
Uh,
always tend to be cheaper customers and
hold on,
it
hold on.
doesn't always
I'm
work.
sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. I just seen in the chat something's going on. Andrew Thompson telling me to ban somebody right now. My bad, dude. Let me just block this guy right now. I haven't been paying attention to chat, and
Let
then
me turn
I
this
see
fan
him.
on. I'm sweating.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Let me see if I could get this guy out of here. Ban user. Boom. All right, Andrew, I got him out. I don't know what he was saying at all, but thank you, Andrew, for the heads up. Drew, you gotta be on top of my moderating there. You should have banned that guy, kicked him out.
Oh, I'm still sweating from my
Put
cardio.
him in the bedroom. There you go. All right, we got him out of there. But so I wanted to ask you, man, what do you do for like in-person advertising and like networking in your area?
BNI. That's the only thing I do for in person. Would be going to that every week. That's a huge commitment. I just went today this morning. I have to get up at 6:30 and then drive 30 minutes of that every Tuesday.
Ah, so
That's
that's an
all right.
in-person thing. I thought that was more
Yeah.
on like an online kind of.
No, it used to be online during COVID. So if you see a lot
Ah,
of older videos, like when, what's that guy's name? Luggett, is that his channel? When he used to talk about it, and a few other people
see,
back in
I
the
I
day.
used to get into it when I was in the laundromat in the community. I used to hear about the BNI and all the meetings with that, and that's where I heard about it there. So I
Yeah.
could look where my local, BNI groups are, and most places have them around, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all over the place. I mean, in my area, there's like 20 of them. It's just there's a junk removal hauler and like everyone that's closer to me. So I have to drive 30 minutes to mine. But that's good. I get referrals from that at least a couple a week. So it's worth it. And it's a guarantee to 10x your investment on the BNI. So that's nice. It's only like $1,000 and they guarantee, you make 10 times that, which is not what I'm joining for. I need to make, a lot more than that from the group to be showing up there for an hour and a half every Tuesday and like getting up at 6:30. I'm not a huge get up at 6:30 kind of guy. I'm more like 7:30 kind
Yeah,
of guy because I work so late. I'm a night owl. I'm a young kid.
yeah.
I mean, not gonna lie, I do stuff on the weekends quite frequently. So my friends like staying out late. I'm just not a super early riser. I like getting a lot of work done late at night. So if I'm working on SEO or working on ads or making a new website based around something, I'm sometimes working on the computer past 12 o'clock. So I like to, try to hit the hay around 12, 1 a.m. and then try to get up around like 7:30, 8, and then start my day.
Yeah, I always say, man, I try to be the last person up and the first Last person to go to sleep, first person up in the morning. That's what I
Yeah,
always try to say, man.
I can't do it, especially on top of, working all day and then trying to do stuff after working and then go to the gym. I
Yep.
need 8 hours or I'm totally unproductive if I don't get like at least like 7 hours.
Well, you gotta get over to my Paul Italia fitness channel, man, and follow the journey, bro. Because from
Yeah, I
the
heard you
second
talking
I
about that.
get up, nonstop working this, and then somehow figuring a way to fit in time to get on the fitness and keep all in shape and all. So definitely check
Yeah.
that out. Also, want to know what was at the beginning, man. Like, how did you go about making your website? Did you do it? Did you hire
I
somebody?
did it from scratch, just watching YouTube videos. That's one thing I wish I would have invested money into sooner. Soon as I started making, several $1,000s a month, I wish I would have just kept putting money aside and maybe 6 months in, just paid JRA or someone like that to build me a website because I have hundreds of hours into that website and there's only like 60 pages just because all the internal linking, trying to get backlinks, optimizing images, just making custom stuff for the website. And it's like, wow, if I would have had this website set up 3 years ago, how it is today, it would probably just track and get so much more traffic on Google because, the more pages you add, the better, but it takes a while for those pages to rank. So it's just, if you can start off with a solid like 20 plus page website, 30 plus page website from the beginning that's built the right way, not just looks good, actually goes in geometrics and ranks as an A plus website and has a service page for all your high ticket services and they're actually showing up on top 10 in Google, that's that's ideal. I mean, because that's it's not free if you paid a big chunk in the beginning, 2, 3, 4 grand for the website, but over time that's going to pay itself off 100 folds because I get, probably majority of my work from my GMB and my organic presence. And that's the only way the ads are worth it. Because if I was running this business solely off ads for how bad they are nowadays, my margins would be like 10%. But the organic work makes up for the shitty margins on the paid advertisement. So you just kind of, it's a big old balance thing. Got to do it all.
So how did you handle the SEO? Do you do everything
That
yourself?
William Jones that
Rank
Andrew just had.
Fortress. Rank
Yeah,
Fortress.
Rank Fortress does a lot of my SEO now. I used to do it all in the beginning. I used to try to do the backlinks. I used to try to just do literally everything, posting on YouTube and all the little stuff you could do for it, posting in the GMB, replying to reviews. But it's just in the beginning, you just have to do it because you don't have the budget to spend on things like that. But Rank Fortress is kind enough to have their prices the way they are because most SEO companies are 1,000 plus a month. And when I signed up with Rank Force, it was like $300 a month, and they have a super good background in the industry. So that's more recent though. In the beginning, I was using Lucky Digital. Not the beginning, probably like 2 years ago. I was using Lucky Digital because that's who Andrew used to use for Jedi junk removal. They weren't as good. They were a little like too foreign to where the stuff they were doing for me just didn't even sound that good. Um, they just didn't do as much. They didn't post on my GMB and stuff like that, like this new company does. But those are the people I go through. But the whole first 2 years, I was doing it all myself, and that's definitely a mistake. I mean, it's if you have the extra money to pay on SEO, I would definitely do it. But I want to go with like an American company because they're going to be like $2,000 a month, and that's not worth it because then you're going to be $10,000 into SEO before you even see a little bit of a return. And it's going to take a while to pay that initial hit off. Unlike Google ads, like Google ads will start paying right from the beginning, but the return on them shit. SEO is like, once you pay off the SEO, it's almost like free leads. So
Let me ask you, if you don't mind me asking, what is your budget that you put towards, SEO monthly?
SEO, I'm spending right between $300 to $400 a month on SEO, which is not a lot at
That's
all.
pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, and then Google Ads is right around 4 grand, and then Perfect Click. He works with me a little bit. He gives me some credits, but I probably only spend 1,000 or so with him. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much all the stuff I spend money on. And then randomly I'll spend, the $500 on yard signs and door hangers. I think door hangers are bullshit unless you have a company or an employee that you really trust and I'll go out there and hang 1,000
Yeah.
door hangers in a month. But that's just one thing I've recently wanted to figure out is there a company out there that does that around me?
Oh, bro, I gotta tell you this, man.
Yeah, because
This
you're
is
gonna pay
a
someone and
story
they're throwing
here,
in the
bro.
gutter.
You're gonna laugh at this one. So the other day I get a phone call and from the sheriff, and he's like, "Are you the owner of the company?" And I'm like, "Yep, I'm the owner." And he goes, "I just want to let you know, man, I'm getting all these phone calls about yard signs everywhere. We have an
Mhm.
ordinance, you can't do that and all." I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't want to get a
Yeah.
fine and all that." So after I get off the phone with him, I'm like, that was the worst way to start off with a sheriff. So I send him a text.
Yeah.
Minutes later, "Hey, bro, just letting you know, I give discounts for firemen and police. We started off on the wrong foot. If you need any junk removal." So the guy thought this was hilarious, the sheriff and everything. He was like,
Mhm.
I respect the hustle. Well, now that 2 days
Mhm.
go by, I go over to the dump, man, and everybody knows me at the dump. I come in there, bought a bunch of pizzas the week before.
Yeah.
Yelling, "Forget about it," when I roll in. So I come in there, and the lady behind the desk, she's from New York originally, and she's like, "Have you been going around town with your signs?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I hired some kids and everything." She goes, "It's going around all the forums. It's on next door that you put them everywhere. Everybody's talking about these signs everywhere. You guys went too crazy." I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, "Dude, are they like looking for me?" It's like, is there like an active warrant looking for forget about it? I was like, if
Damn.
you haven't seen me, forget about it. I haven't seen them in days.
Damn. How many signs did you put out? Or how many did
I
you
put
buy?
100. I put 100 in there, but I gave it to a couple of the kids in the
Yeah.
area and all. And I think they went a little wild. And as I'm going down the block, bro, I mean, they're everywhere. They were putting them in the phone poles up high. They were putting them on the mountain side. Like, bro, it was kind of
Yeah.
crazy. So I
Mhm.
calmed down. I stopped with those. But you guys got to just be careful with them. You got to make sure you know what's allowed in the county and all, and you can't go too
Yeah.
crazy because you'll be the
Yeah, I
most
would
wanted
say if you
person in
put
the
like
area.
100 out, in like a couple days, that'd be a little crazy, but 100 a month isn't a bad number. It's
Okay.
just it's not I don't it's if I'm in an area and I'm keeping like a stack in the back of my truck and I'm somewhere and I'm already stopped, I'm like, it's worth it. But for me to go out and stick like 20 in one day and spend 3, 4 hours doing it just doesn't really feel worth it. And it's like eventually one day, if I'm doing $1 million in this business, am I still going to be doing that personally? I wish
Yeah.
there was some sort of system to set it up to where you could track somehow, like see a short clip of someone sticking the sign and walking back to the truck. But that would
Yeah.
just be way too much footage and pictures to deal with. That is one thing I've just been brainstorming is like how to find out if people are like if you paid someone to do say 100 door hangers one day and 20 yard signs, how do you know they're actually doing it? Because so many people you probably know could take the $120 you gave
Just
them to
throw
do
them in
that
the
for a
friggin'
day,
garbage
yeah, and
pail.
throw them in the fucking
Well,
garbage.
I guess I knew my guys did them too well because the cops were
Yeah,
calling.
I mean that's a good thing. Maybe next time just give them a stack of 20 and then charge them $40. But yeah.
That's it, man. That's it. So yeah, that I definitely see that yard signs could definitely because even from that I did get a few phone calls. I did get a couple people like
Mhm.
pranking and messing around with me in the area and all. What about
Yeah, that definitely works.
competition, man? How do you deal with competition in your area? Are you friendly with them? Do you have beef with them? Like how's
Oh,
that?
yeah, if anyone reaches out to me, I'm nice with them. If I hear someone talking shit, then I just won't reach out to them, but no, I'm definitely not the kind to, like, pull yard signs of another company, especially if it's a private hauler, but if I see 1-800 Junk or, like, someone like that stick a yard sign right in front of mine, I'll pull it. But when it's, like, private haulers like yourself, even if you were in my area, I'd probably if I see a dump, I'd say, "Hi, how's it going?" But I'm friendly with everyone. I mean, I come off in person exactly as I do on my channel. I definitely
Nice.
don't put on a fake face, but yeah, I noticed some of those bigger people love sticking their yard signs exactly where mine was a week later, and then it's gone, or like stick it 4 feet in front of it to where it's almost blocking it when someone's driving up, and I'm like, what the fuck? But it's usually only the bigger people that ever have sometimes get pissed at, but
You got to check,
Uh,
man. Me and my girl just made a real funny video. We're gonna put it out in the next couple of days, and it's the title is "What We Do When We See Another Junk Removal Company in the Area." And we made this
yeah.
like funny videos. You guys, everybody in the chat, make sure to look out for this one. You guys are gonna be dying. My little Chanel dog's in it as well. So you guys are gonna, it's gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna get a lot of views. So definitely check that out.
Yeah, I wouldn't be where I'm at really today if it wasn't for making those personal connections with my competitors. Because, like I said, my buddy Carlos, Junk in the Trunk Co., he's gave me so much sauce on this game and like little things that helped boost the SEO in the beginning that made a huge difference. Him haggling me to make a House Call Pro account, but now I'm on autopilot, and just all that little stuff. All that little help in the beginning is just a game changer, especially like the autopilot. That's something everyone should use from the beginning. And then working on reviews, he helped me with that. He's like, dude, set up that because then you can send links to people to get reviews. And
How
then,
did yeah, can you
that
tell me your
helps.
process with that? I've been having a lot of problems with that, man. Like I get
Mhm.
probably like 50% of the people to do it, and I try it like right there on the spot. I send it to them and they say like they have me guaranteed, like as soon as I leave, they're taking care of this. And then half of them
Yeah.
don't. And it kind of like been driving me crazy because I'll go out of my way and I go overboard just to show them, and you can see they're real happy and appreciative. But then it's like they forget to give you the review and all. I know it's not
Yeah,
personal, they're
I'm
busy and
telling
all.
you that happens to me a lot. I don't push them with like a physical because you know how you can have that card in your wallet to
Mhm.
where it's like you can scan it and it goes right to the review page.
Yeah, I have
I
that
don't
on the top.
personally do that. I might start though, just because my competition is getting so crazy and so many people are getting reviews so fast. I might honestly start pushing people to like leave it while I'm checking them out.
Yep.
But my way to do it is usually, hey, if you think we did a great job and you want to leave us a review, I'm going to send you a link once I hit complete on this job. So there'll be a little text saying thank you for using Elite Hauling Junk Removal, and at the bottom of that there'll be a link to leave us a review. It really helps my company out if you could leave us a review and you enjoyed our service. And usually, like you said, they're always like, "Oh, of course, I'll leave the review." But I mean, it's literally like 20% of the time.
Yeah.
And I have over 1,100 customers in my book, and I have 168 reviews. And almost every one of those customers, besides like the first year, but they were getting links to leave a review. So it's like, come on, like how the hell are some of these companies? Junk Punks in my areas is one of my competitors. They started 2.5 years ago, and they're at 1,200 reviews.
Wow.
And it makes no sense to me. I have to figure out what they're doing. I texted two people today about it. I was like, what are these kids doing to get to 1.2 thousand reviews in less than 3 years? And that has to be like that 90% of their customers are leaving a review. I mean, even to serve 1.2 thousand customers in less than 2 years is a lot of work in general. Just the amount of customers. Now, say all those customers leaving reviews is crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, they're getting over 100 reviews a month now. I mean, I check their stuff every month and it's like they're up another 100 reviews. I'm like, what are these people doing? Like, are they offering a massive discount for a review or something?
What I think a lot of people do is like right there on the spot because I was talking with my mother because she had somebody come do some work on the house, and I was kind of telling her where I was coming out with the reviews. I was like, half of them say, she goes, well, what the guy did the other day by me was perfect. She goes, you need to do this. He goes, would you mind leaving me a review? And I said, yeah. So he goes, I could actually do it real quick on your phone. So she handed him the phone. He just boom, boom, boom. 10 seconds later, review was done. He put
Mhm.
in what we could write, and if she liked it, she just pressed the send and it would post it up right there. And I was
Yeah.
like, I wanted to try that, but even like when I tried that, it's like a lot of times when you put them on the spot like that, they're like, oh, we'll do it later. You know what I mean? And it's like you
Yeah,
don't want to
or
be
they're just
pushy
not
or
logged in. That's the majority of the
yeah,
problem is they're not logged in, then you have to go back and forth, and it's just an awkward situation. They feel obligated to leave a review
no.
or pressured. That's a little weird. The one thing that kind of works, I would say better than that is like, hey, if you want to leave me a review while I check you out, I'll take an extra $5 off this tab. Just show me that you left it and I'll take money off. But that's like not really allowed. So
Mm,
some people do that. If if they somehow say it in a Google review though, like he offered me money for a review, that can get your
that's
account
yeah,
in
it looks bad.
trouble. But back to the junk punks, they gotta be doing something like that though, because 100 reviews a month is crazy, even for like a college hunks in this area. They're not
Yeah,
even at like the amount
I
of
don't
reviews.
see that being that's hard to do. That's kind of crazy, you
Bro,
know.
I know. I was talking to a few boys today that I know in this area, and I'm like, dude, we need to figure out what they're doing because reviews. If you look on Google, the top 3 ranking factors are amount of reviews and the quality of reviews.
Yeah.
Those are like the top 2 ranking factors for a GMB on Google right now. And so what I'm sure that whatever they're doing to get that many amount of reviews, and they're good reviews too. Like I go through them, they're real profiles. They have like 10 other reviews on different companies, and some of them leave pictures and yada yada yada. But
That's
they got to
impressive.
just be killing it from how many reviews they have alone.
So Sarah from Load Runner says, send them a follow-up text a couple of days later for the review. I
Yeah,
wanted, yeah, Stezzy, what's your thoughts on that? Because I said that to my girl the other day. I was like, what if we, they might have forgot. Let's send it the next day.
I sent it immediately when I marked the job as completed,
Yeah.
but I don't know if there's a way to put an autopilot to where you can follow up to leave a review. Because what if they already left a review?
Mm,
And then you're just hounding them to leave a review again. I don't know if there's really a system where you can set up this, like how to automatically knows if they left it or not. But there is companies out there like Bird Eye and Review Harvest that I literally was looking at today, and I'm thinking about signing up for. It's like $99 a month for 40 customers in a month or whatever, which I'd probably exceed. But even if like the Review Harvest company, I think they do all that. Like they reach out to customers like 4 times, and they keep track if they've left a review yet, in yada yada yada. They're one of those companies that you pay subscription based for them to help you get reviews, and I'm thinking that's what these guys do. They hire
that's
one of these review
definitely
companies.
that's what it could be. Because Jake Hoban's even asking, could it be fake? And I'm thinking, they probably have like another. Because I mean, when you're that big, man, I don't think they're gonna be doing the fake
It's
reviews.
they're like 23-year-old kids though, so it's
Ah,
like there's no way they're. But I see they have like 3 trucks running now, so they're doing a lot of work. But
so they know
bro,
they're all
yeah,
on the
like
tech savvy thing, so they would go and buy the reviews
yeah,
and
I know
stuff
they
like
used to
that.
use this one that I'm about to sign up for, but it looks like they probably still use it, so I might try it out. But bro, think about it. Like if you're getting 100 reviews a month and say like 50% review rate of customers is insane. Like mine's not even close to 20% of my
So,
customers leave a review.
so they're
So
doing
let's
200
say,
jobs of
yeah,
fucking.
it's and there's no way they're doing 200-300 jobs a month, and they're a company that started 2.5 years ago. It's just so I don't know. I got to figure it out. That's just bothering me though. I need to figure out how to get my reviews up because they're at like 168, bro, and I've been in business for almost 5 years now.
Yeah.
Need to work on that.
Sippy
But I
Hall
was on and
says
off with the softwares.
he says, Steezy, ever thought about throwing in a free junk item if they leave a Google review on the spot?
No, that's not that bad because that that's not really
It's not
that
gonna
you
cost you
bribing
really
them. Yeah,
for
they couldn't really throw that into the review where it would sound bad. Where that would I could see that working would be like when you have those customers say, "Hey, could you add this? Could you add this?" And that gets annoying after a while, and you're like, "Hey, I'm gonna have to charge you." But if it was a few items and they're like, "Hey, can you add this and that? We forgot it." Be like, "Yeah, I can add this." Usually it would cost a little bit extra, but if you're willing to leave us a positive review, I'll throw it in for free for you. That probably is worth trying, but again, I'd be careful with that because that is like another way of bribing, but not as bad as actually taking money off their tab or offering to give them some sort of gift card or something.
the No Limit says the more you learn how to talk to your clients and the impression you leave on your clients, Google reviews will start to come left and right. I've learned to always make sure Google reviews are mando. Hell yeah, man. That is definitely one of the most biggest criteria for
Yeah.
Google. Yeah, 100%. And we got America Junk Boss in the house. We got Bean. What is going on? Bean is going to be part of our show on Tuesday, the Junk Family. So definitely check in on that. That'll be going down at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And Steezy, if you want to come pop through, man, and be part of the Junk Family, it's an open community show. I put the link in the chat. I could have up to 10 people on the stream, and we just talk junk or any other topic. It doesn't have to just be locked into junk removal. It's kind of just a place to lay back and kind of just kick it with everybody in the Junk Family. So you're more than
Yeah.
welcome to come, and anybody else that wants to join in the chat, More than welcome. Well, Stizzy, I want to thank you for coming on. I know I've had you on for
Mhm.
a long time today, bro, but it was a pleasure. I've learned so much. We covered so many topics. I can't wait to make out all these clips and all that. We'll
Mhm.
get that out in the next couple of weeks. Also, where should people check you out? I know you got the hot YouTube channel going on. And I
Yeah,
gotta
just the
also say,
YouTube
bro, you have
channel.
the same amount of subscribers as my fitness channel. We're both at 11,700 and something subs. So
Dang,
that
you got
definitely
that
came
much
my
over there? I
attention.
thought you were saying you just started it.
Well, so it was my arm wrestling channel before that, and I'm a pretty big
Oh,
name
okay.
in worldwide. Everybody knows me, so I got a big following in that world. And I used to be a famous fitness model. So as soon as I get back into the fitness thing, I'm gonna get
Uh-huh.
a lot of people jumping on real quick. So
Oh shit, that'd be dope. Get them in the junk and ribbon world.
hell yeah, so
Subscribing.
that's it, bro. Where could we find you other than YouTube? Where else?
Just that Instagram I linked to you, the Elite Hauling and Junk and Ribble Instagram. I've been trying to answer a bunch of DMs on there. Me and my boy Zach are working on this thing, so we've been talking to a bunch of people about stuff on the DMs in there. So that's where you could probably get to me personally, on a more personal level than just trying to look at comments. Because as you know, I get a lot of comments on this video, so it's kind of hard to answer everyone's questions. But I feel like I'm somewhat good at it. Try to get back to everyone there, and the email, just all the stuff linked in my description of my YouTube video. So YouTube in general is the best place to see what I'm all about.
Hell yeah. So I encourage everybody get over to his YouTube. Like I said, make sure to subscribe. He gives a lot of content, actual on the truck, shows all the hustle. He's an OG in the game. He's been in there 5 years. Young stud hustler coming up, man. He's hungry. So any kind of networking opportunities, definitely hit him up there. And looking forward to seeing what you got in the future. And will you be making a trip to Cali October 24th and 25th for the expo?
Yeah, so I was supposed to come the last one, and then that hurricane directly hit my city, and I was just had too much work. It was like consistently making $2,000 to $3,000 a day, and if I left for that event, I would have lost so much money. So I had to cancel last second. I feel bad about that. So I might try to make the trip. If I can get like a roommate or something to come with me, it's just, flying all the way across the country for 2 days is a big trip, but I mean, I'm gonna try to make it this year. I'm just hoping to get those systems set up with the employees and commercial auto and all that stuff, so I can kind of step away for stuff like that because full time's killing me.
Hell yeah, bro. But definitely worth it, man. We're going to have over 500 people from all over the country come in. Great
Mhm,
networking opportunity. I mean, you're a stud in this community. Everybody knows you. I'm sure all your fans are going to be there. So definitely
mhm.
check it out, man. It's going to be a good time. And guys, get over to Matt Vick, Jojo Vick, Sonoma Strong. Go buy your Junk Expo tickets now before it's too late. Also, guys, if you haven't already, get over to Amazon. Let's get your Leading with Purpose book from Kevin Hess. He is the man of customer service. We also have a new segment coming on the Junk Family this Tuesday, episode 3. Kevin's going to be doing a 15-minute segment all about customer service, and people could ask any kind of questions there are, and kind of just going to fill us in his expertise. Also, we got my man Xavier Caldera is killing it with his book series. Get over there, Commercial Leads, Junk Removal Secrets. He's got two
Yeah,
first
have
two
you
books
read that
out.
yet?
Yeah, I haven't read it all. I'm about halfway through the first one. You know what it is, bro? I got so much stuff I'm trying to do. Like I just got up and running
Mhm.
2 months ago. So every day I'm just trying to build something on the business and all. But this is definitely something I'm gonna get around. I got my girl, she's been building the email accounts. You got to set
Mhm.
them all up so they don't get labeled as spam. So we started the first process. But for you guys that haven't, get over to Amazon, get your Junk Secrets books. This stuff is gold. These
How
guys
much
really
is
know
that
their
thing?
stuff. You got to look on Amazon. I don't remember what I paid. I got it. It was the first day right after the expo. I ordered mine, but it was really, really reasonably priced. And with how much info you get with this, I mean, it's a no brainer. So
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
get
about to
over
buy
there.
one when I get off here. I
Oh,
was literally
perfect.
messaging Andrew. I was texting Andrew. I was like, bro, tell me how I need to get more commercial work. Because that's one thing I struggle with. I did the whole, gift bags and everything and all
Yep.
these complexes. The cold outreach on the emails would go high level. And it's like, yeah, it would give me jobs here and there, but
Nothing
damn, like,
consistent.
yeah, like 10 good commercial customers a year could throw an extra $100,000 of business your way. So
Yeah.
imagine if you could just stack that list year over year. That's my next move is
Oh
try to
my
build
God.
my commercial list.
Do you have one of these? Do you have from Kevin Hess leading up?
No, I haven't heard of that book.
So do me a favor, brother. Send me your address to my messenger, and
Mhm.
I have an autographed one from Kevin, and it's got your name on it. I'll send it right over to you tomorrow. I'll mail it out, and that's on me, bro.
That'd be cool. That'd be awesome.
Hell yeah. So thank you guys, everybody in the chat. If you guys haven't already, please make sure you subscribed. If you're enjoying this content, smash that thumbs up button, guys. And my camera just went out. Let me just change the view before we call it a night. Come on. There we go. Bada bing. And guys, again, we have Monday. We got my man from New Jersey coming in. This is going to be a good one. Nick Police, owner of Junk Police out of New Jersey. It's going down Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So definitely check that out. Nick is doing it big in Jersey. He's got like 3 trucks running every day, really killing it and all. So definitely tune in with that. And thank you for everybody tuning in. I really respect all the support I've been getting and all the new subscribers. Thank you guys. I really appreciate. Have a great night, Stizzy. Thank you for coming.
All right, bro. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Later, bro.
See ya.